Hi, my name is Molly Gold, and I'm the president and founder of Go Mom Inc. I'm so glad that you found my website. I hope that you come here often. If this is your first time, welcome. We do everything based on a schedule, organize, grow mentality. And this week happens to be an organized week, which is always one of my favorites because I like to have everything all organized. It's the illusion of control. Smoke and mirrors, don't look behind the curtain. That's our job, right, as a mom? To create some sense of order out of chaos, to live a life generally well organized, but I hope most importantly, well loved. This week, I'm focusing on how to manage your work at home schedule so that you can enjoy your stay at home life. Yes, I just used work at home and stay at home in the same sentence. Why? Because that's my reality. For 10 years, I've been a work at home mom, sometimes working more than being at home, other times being at home more than working. And I have tried a lot of different things at different times. Based on where my family was, what my responsibilities were at the time, both at family and at home. And the one thing I can promise you is, just like all things, it's not going to be static. Parenting isn't static. Motherhood isn't static. Work isn't static. So when things get busy, which they are always busy for Go Mom in the spring, hello Mother's Day, and they're always busy at home in the spring, hello baseball, tennis, soccer, daisies. What did I leave out? The musical. The two worlds collide. And the most important thing I need to do when the two worlds collide is not be tempted to give more of my time during the day to my personal life, to my mothering life, than is appropriate to manage my business. So how do I manage my work at home schedule so that I stay on task for my work commitments and don't get distracted for the luxury that is my stay at home life? I use my DIY Go Mom Planner. What else would you think I would say? If you don't know anything about it, click on the button that says Get Your DIY Go Mom Planner. You can learn all about it. But I use one section for my work at home responsibilities. Okay, I keep saying work at home just because I want that caveat in there, because I do believe that it's different when you're working from home than when you're working outside the home. There are temptations for distraction when you work outside the home, but when you work at home, those temptations are always going to be there. And there is this illusion that it's just as easy to make dinner and do the laundry and everything when you're working from home. It's easily as hard as it is otherwise. So I use the Go Mom monthly planning section for appointments and big things that impact the amount of time that I have to work. Like today, we have an early release, which means I only had from 8:30 to 11:45 to make it all happen. Here, this week, we've got spring break. Either I have care for my children, I have activities for my children when they're not home, or I'm not working, which means my workflow over the next 2 weeks has to prepare for that so that I honor my deadlines and commitments as I should. This is really important because this is a flip week for us. Either here or the next week is when I flip my website. That's when I have the biggest push of work on the back end of Go Mom. So I use this monthly planner to map out my appointments. How do I manage the day-to-day for work? Right here. Yes, this is a simple piece of notebook paper. I put the date on it. I put the time that I have available to work today. I put the things that I need to do. And you'll notice that I've inserted Crock-Pot. That's a luxury of being at home, that I can go ahead and quickly throw together dinner. No different than you might do if you're leaving the house to work today. You might do this at 6 o'clock in the morning. I went ahead and threw this in at 11 o'clock this morning. I have my endpoint. And then I do have notes about what's happening later in the day because I have a window where I can include some work. I do have a crossover window. While my children are getting haircuts, I'm going to maximize that time with my cell phone and make some follow-up phone calls. So it is as simple as, for me, using my monthly planner, which includes the big things like travel or vacation or early release that impact my hours that I can work with. And then it is a simple sheet of notebook paper where I map out those tasks within the hours. That's making the commitment to say that from on this day, which happens to be a half day for me, unless I would have arranged for childcare in the afternoon if I needed a full day, these are the things that I have to keep my eye on the ball for in order to have the most productive work day. This is no different than if you were in an office and you had a certain amount of time to get ready for a proposal, a presentation, a meeting. When you go to work outside of your home, You have hours that you have to honor. You have time frames that you have to commit to. You have deadlines that you have to meet. It is no different at home. But when you work on your own as an entrepreneur, there is more latitude for creative activity. There's a little bit of, oh, I'll just go ahead and get that run in the morning. And then the next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock. Or I'm going to take a break at lunch for that run. And the next thing you know, you ran into a neighbor and you started chatting. Working from home requires discipline. In order to have discipline, you need the right tools. In order to have the right tools, you need a planner. In order to have that planner work for you, you need to work it, sister. Work your planner. So for me, this is how I manage my time to work from home effectively, meaning staying focused on my work when I'm working and then focused on my home when I'm homing. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that it helps you. For me, it's simply a monthly overview of my time commitments, and then it's a daily worksheet. The thing about that daily worksheet is you can make more sheets as you need to include notes from phone calls, to include project ideas, to include creative brainstorming, and all of those worksheets can then be filed directly to the topic file they belong to, by company, by content, whatever it is. So that's another liberating factor. This information isn't locked into a planner. We can talk another time about how to use your weekly schedule for your personal life. That's something I think that I've touched on before, but that's how I do it. I hope that it helps you better manage how you work from home to make the most of your time so that you work smart, so that you don't have to work hard. I hope you have a great week. Come back next week. We'll be talking grow. It's always interesting and enlightening when we talk grow. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think about our new show at My Carolina Today. Our segments there, Get Organized with Molly Gold. Please give me ideas about what you'd like to see and interact with me about that on our Facebook fan page, where every month we will have a product giveaway thanks to the companies who partner with us in that feature. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one.